Hello and welcome to another episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. This is Beriathan of the Citadel Guard of Gondor. We are back in the tombs looking for Balakhâd with Sigileth. Just gotta investigate that door we found at the end of last episode. We had found it sooner, but just now we have discovered what it might be. I don't know, will we find Balakhâd inside? I don't think so, because we still have half of the expansion to go through. Or maybe we do, and Balakhâd can explain us a little bit more what's going on with Azagath and Akasi. That is another possibility. I don't know. We can at long last open this door. The interior of the tomb is dark and quiet. Unassuming crypt of Nirgambâr. Not every day that you get to enter an old tomb like this one. Spider? Didn't want a spider. I actually needed a scorpion, if you don't mind. Okay, he has a corruption. That explains why he has not died yet. You still gotta be careful. This is not an instant space, as you have seen. Meaning we still have the landscape difficulty affecting us. Yeah, we should be careful. Is this where we need to go? Not sure. Well, this seems to be the place. We most likely are gonna trigger an NPC now. So yeah, I'd better take care of these guys before I try and do that. Of course, if I stop lagging so that my builders would go off, I might have been done already. You have found a small campsite deep in the tomb, apparently abandoned. He was here, Beriathan. You retrieve some Umbari coins and a crust of stale bread from the satchel.
This satchel belonged to Balakhâd.
This satchel may have belonged to Balakhâd or to the water-bearer Saduk. Few of the Shagani would carry Umbari coins so far from the city, but neither of them might have. This satchel is from Umbar Baharbal. Sigileth shakes her head. He remained hidden in this chamber for some time, but now he's gone. And if Azagat and Ordâkhai stayed with him, they left when he did. I can read no sign of them here or where they might have gone when they departed. Each of them remains a step ahead of us, but I think we have narrowed the distance. We are closing in upon them, Beriathan, and they may not be aware what we secret hunters draw near. So, tactical mitigation and finesse, vitality, critical rating and finesse. I think it's the exact same ones we had gotten earlier, like to complete the set.
The trail has gone cold for now. If our quarries sought to avoid further encounter with the Ordâkhai, they may have ventured far to the south of Jirush, which might bring them within view of the Kintai. We should seek out the Elves said to live beside the desert sands. No, my desire to meet with the Elves of the Oasis was not just a pretense, and it was not only in service of our deception. I do wish to speak with the Kintai, and even if they have not seen our prey, should Khôltekh ask questions of our stay in Khûd Zagin, it will be good to have answers. Let us continue on to Shonith before we rejoin the company at Kûr Anzar. Okay, cool. We will be visiting the Elves with Sigileth after all. But yeah, we cannot go back to Jirush just yet. We gotta get one more scorpion before we do. But it does feel like we are reaching the end of the quests in Khûd Zagin, and hopefully by the time we get to Kûr Anzar and Impular, I think it's the next one, the flow of questing will be easier. The quest will be easier to follow without branching them out too much. I mean, I know there are people who like it that way, but I do prefer when there is just the story is easier to follow. That's just me. Anyway, there should be another scorpion somewhere around here. Ancient relic of Ikorban. Do I need to like jump? No, don't think it is. Or maybe? I would love to grab the relic if I can. I don't see it. What? What is it doing up there? No, I'm not getting it. Yeah, these... There's still some polish needed in here. Overall. As of the time of recording this, it's been just a few weeks after the release of the expansion, and we've just received the first round of a new bull roar testing that will fix some of these issues from what I understand, including, well, some fixes to the instances that we haven't been able to try yet, but also being able to open the relics of Ikorban from horseback. So I'm really looking forward to it, as you can imagine. Okay. No! We're doing there. Can I go back to Jirush now? Thank you. How many tokens? 35.
Doing good, I believe. We're getting like, what, 5 or 6 per episode? Something along those lines. So at this rate, I still need like 5 or 6 more episodes before completing another full set of tokens. Yes. Yes, this will do nicely. A moment, please. Ziremel adds the blood to a crucible, mixes in an herb, and applies heat. He stirs briefly and then tilts the crucible, emptying its content into an inkwell. Take this, Beriathan. I have done my part. Now please leave me. I want to know no more of what is to come. I have a higher calling for which to prepare. You are to speak with Malgath now. Ziremel crafted the ink needed to make the curse. Boy, where was the exit of this place? Alrighty. Malgath, there he is, yeah.
Ashtalgur, stranger.
I did not expect aid from the north, Beriathan. It is humbling that you are willing to do so much for people you hardly know. Traveling caravans often look to make a little extra coin, and the Ordâkhai have coin to spare. I will admit in the past I have directed others to take work from Khârdu. He is fond of posting bounties for pelts or meat from the desert-dwelling beasts. You will find them on the pilings and pythons surrounding his encampment in the southeast. Collect one and return it to me so that I can validate the writing is in this hand. Malgath asks you to collect a note written by Khârdu. Might as well go to the Oasis then. And we are right there, or would be. And with that way we can also continue with Raphûz and Ashâmi. It's been a long while since we talked to them. Yeah, that's an area that doesn't exist yet. But it seems it will soon. Oh, go ahead. Didn't see him. Rich deposit, cool. Let me see what we have. Oh, sand-sifter, no. You know what? Screw it. Not worth the effort, no. Oh, this is like the entrance, okay. You collected a bounty posting. And we can read it as well. For the recovery and delivery of jackal pits, lizard-hide, and the heads of poisonous snakes from the desert, I will pay 2 slices of silver for every 5 delivered to me at the gates of my camp, Khârdu. I just want to see if this camp... Ordâkhai. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Anzuzak, the span of Danagir, and Menundarien, I've not heard anything about those. Well, the span of Danagir is right here. When we cross into Imhular, we will get it, but the others, I don't know where they would be. In any case, now we can look for a way back into the Oasis. Need to find the entrance again. Is with all this sand, it's a little difficult to see too far ahead. Or was the entrance that little? I think it was, maybe. I think it was. Yeah. Okay. So, Sigileth, Ashâmi, we need to get up. Well, we do need to get up, but where exactly? We are back with Ashâmi, yeah.
What say you, traveler?
As I said before, my father's beliefs are profound. She manages to smile. Raphûz recounted the tale. It was a good story. I fought against the demon and nearly won. You both arrived to find the Alad gravely wounded, rending my body to restore itself. Together, you levied blows against it until it stirred no more. You took the head. Alas, there was nothing left of me. Raphûz said my father accepted his words, cited portents he had seen, and called a fawn a sign of my rebirth. I am freed to my fate, thanks to you both.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Raphûz suggests a celebration for all of us, a meal, a smoke, and talk of the future. I hope you will join us. And this is giving reputation with the other hit. Okay. We will be there this evening if you wish to join us. Please do. That reminds me there is a quest with the other hit too. In here. After the struggles, the pair faced Raphûz and Ashâmi share time in Shonith.
Beriathan, please come sit with me and Ashâmi. We have much to discuss. Alright. You sit with Ashâmi and Raphûz. Ashâmi, how is it you know the elves in Shonith? My mother, Mashuli, was a trader long before my father. Like me, she was independent. She traded with the elves. Lothagwit, one of the elves, taught her to move through shadows, a skill she taught me. This is how you concealed yourself from us in Ambarul? Yes, that and my knowledge of the land. My mother brought me to Shonith when I reached 10 summers and introduced me to Lothagwit. She became like another member of the family to me. When my mother met the headsman axe, I ran here rather than returning to my father. It was the first cruelty I visited upon him. It was not his fault. My mother traded in secrets. She kept them even from my father. The Ordâkhai discovered she was working to preserve the woods, informing the Elves of Khûd Zagin, helping to disrupt harvesting operations. There was no saving her. I knew that, even as a child. I am so sorry, Ashâmi. There is no need for sorrow. Lothagwit protected me and gave me a gift. My mother often mentioned my father's superstitions. She gave me Mashuli, the deer you rescued. I wove a tale for my father. The deer was my mother reborn. I have found it while wandering in the fertile lands northwest of Jirush. Ah. And he believed it, of course. If he believed the deer was your mother returned, why did he send it to Ambarul to be sacrificed for future trades? Ashâmi chuckles. That was a tale I told to gain favor in Ambarul. The truth is, my father gave Mashuli to a charlatan claiming he could free my mother's spirit. He gave Mashuli to the man freely, unaware she carried a fawn in her belly. You went to Ambarul to save the fawn in Mashuli's belly? Yes, my father and I fought after he sent the deer north. I did not tell him about Mashuli's pregnancy, and he accused me and my anger of being a thrall to the Aladi of the Grove. His superstitions are profound. Hearing Mashuli taken to Umbar, I began searching along Telperian's wall and witnessed the arrival of your expedition. I thought the North had come to invade. I watched and learned. To be truthful, I would never have recovered Mashuli without your intervention. Why? Servals, they terrify me. My father kept one as a pet and it bit and scratched me when I was a child. They are fearsome, Raphûz chuckles. You are afraid of boars, so... Terrifying. You see a shadow pass behind a nearby tent. I think I'm gonna bow to Ashâmi. Raphûz and Ashâmi acknowledge you and continue conversing. The new arrival. Ah, Lothagwit. Okay, cool. No issue here.
How can I help?
Greetings, friend. I am Lothagwit. I wanted to thank you and to save you from what would become inescapable. It is fascinating to watch a water seed germinate, but also tedious. Once our part is done, it is best to let them be. It is up to the seed to strive and grow. Let us let them speak. After speaking with Lothagwit, you leave.
You leave the pair to their discussion. Yeah, they have much to discuss, I guess.
Umbar is a free city at last.
We talked late into the night, my friend, long after you departed. Ashâmi convinced me our destinies lie east toward Kûr Anzar. There is a warrior there, said to be a hero reborn. She fights for the future of this land. Since my arrival in Shagana, this is the call I have heard. I have found my path. Now I must walk it. Thank you for all your help along the way. I hope to see you again. Yeah, we will meet in Kûr Anzar eventually. I need to find a way towards Sigileth. Why, oh why must this be so complicated? I think I see the way up now, thank God. And I hope we will be introduced properly to Lothrakhuit at some point. Maybe here with Sigileth even. No. Sigileth has sought out the leader of the Kintai who dwell at Shonith, Tharashil.
This is Tharashil, and she is the leader of the Kintai who dwell here at the Oasis of Shonith.
And tend its grove. She has welcomed the two of us here so long as we disturb not her people. I told her you met with Shanthor, warden of a grove in northern Avarul, and she is interested to hear how he fares.
I am called Tharashil, and it is true that I lead the Ordâkhai clan of the Kintai.
There were many more of us in years past, but now we move from grove to grove, seeking to forestall the encroaching decay and death that threatens them all. With our ministrations here, I hope to maintain Shonith against the spread of the dust seed that we of the Kintai name Litashar. It is good to hear that Shanthor remains at the grove he tends, for he was a dear friend to me in years now gone, before the Ordâkhai dried the river and spoiled the lands hereabout. To understand our people as your elder friend claims to desire, you must understand our work. I ask that you walk north, closer to the edge of this rise, and look out over Shonith. Perhaps then you will know why we of the Kintai feel so strongly about this work to which we are called. Right, but... shame about the storm, but... I think this is as good a picture as we can get. And you also have another quest for us. Fading not faded.
I cannot muster the strength.
Our fate lies here in this oasis. Once our number covered this region with splendor and wonder. We will not fade without trying to restore what we lost. To the northwest, there is a remnant of one of our oases. The desiccated trees appear dead. They are dormant. Some seeds still live. Where once we walked, our keepsake remains. If you would collect some of those sleeping seeds and remnants of our past and return them to me, I shall be grateful. Alright. Now this is where we need to look. Shonith is green and thriving, in stark contrast to the desert beyond the encircling rocks. I had already noticed.
Now you see the difficulty of our charge, friends.
The Kintai fight to preserve what we can among the wastes, even as the circle of our influence grows even smaller, ever smaller. Even the greenery that used to thrive now withers and dies, and the desert creeps ever closer. Much of this land was covered with a great forest in ages past, the Emerald Wood of Nizigim. The very oldest of my people cursed the name of the great enemy, Morgoth, whose servants hewed the trees and devastated the land, turning large tracts of the Emerald Wood into desert. But that was long ago, and those elders of my people faded even before my birth. The work of the Kintai helped to restore some measure of the Emerald Wood, coaxing life from the barren stones and ensuring it could live before they moved on. The Kintai became a wandering people, moving from place to place, tending to the groves throughout Shagana, but still they named the Emerald Wood of Nizigim their home. Stories of Nizigim's beauty seem now an impossible dream. When the Emperor of Ordâkh dried their rivers and came north, their invasion parched the land and caused a great drought that withered cropland and forest alike. A terrible blight befell the trees of Nizigim, turning them as hard as stone. The forest has now become Adagim, the corpse hold, and we of the Kintai now name ourselves Ababar Kintai, the Elves without a home. Wow.
That has not changed our mission, friends, but like others who dwell in these lands, we accept whatever help may be offered. If you will bring us sand-sifter meat and bird feathers from the creatures of Khûd Zagin, you will help the Kintai with their efforts. There is a coffer among the pavilions north of the water in which you may leave the items you gather for us. Yeah, that was a really sad tale. Above our Kintai, elves without a home. God. It's terrible. Now, before I forget, I really gotta go and talk to the quartermaster in here, which I think will introduce us to the other hit. We already have some reputation with them, but not enough. Is there a milestone somewhere in this oasis? Because I think we could use more a milestone in here now than some of the other locations we have visited. Right, the quartermaster, yeah, right here. I don't think there are more quests, at least for now.
What do you need?
We have forgotten more songs than we remember, and soon we shall sing no more. We safeguarded this land for a reason long ago, but we cannot recall why or how. Our time ends, but we are not without hope. The natural order comes undone all around us, and it is all we can do to sustain what bastions remain. We plan for an unclear future, fully aware we will not be part of it. We ask you the impossible. We invite you to support us, though we cannot support you in kind. Thridarlan and Alidal will speak more about our requests, should you desire to help.
Lidathma.
Dagortas carries the weight of many losses with her, and it is shown to believe there is good in the world. Slow. I believe there is still good and hope. Your willingness to speak with me shows me this is not untrue. Our numbers thin, this is true, but our duty remains. We seek harmony with the natural world and will work to maintain careful balance. Your aid in restoring and maintaining all things natural and pure will draw us closer and earn what gifts we can afford to provide. Please ensure you speak with Alidal.
Nature's blessings find you.
Our gifts are not the usual bounty you find from men. While trappings are necessary to survive in the wild, we tend to use our abilities to coexist with our surroundings rather than destroy or harvest them for personal purposes or gain. We will share our knowledge and gifts with those worthiest of them. Ensure that you speak with Thridarlan.
What do you need?
We shall honor your efforts if you honor our place. The world grows darker and we only hope to bring more light before we can no longer see. We will not beg your assistance. We will reward your kindness with our own. We are the Adurhid. In the common tongue, we are called the Oasis Elves, or Kintai. A fitting name. Now you know us. Will you help us? That it? Will this unlock more quests with other NPCs? Should I have talked to these NPCs earlier to unlock other quests? I mean, we will still need to come back here after we have the sand-sifter meat and the bird feathers. So maybe after that, I mean, that will send us to explore this Oasis again. We are bound to return to this place. And by doing so, we might be able to check if there was any other quest we might have missed. I insist, there should be a milestone in here. A Stable Master. Stable Master sounds unlikely given the reserves these elves have with the outside world. I get that.
But if not a civil master, then a milestone. Something. You make it sound like we have been introduced to the faction, we have unlocked quests for you guys. But I don't see anything. And we do need to find a way to gain reputation with this faction, to at least get to neutral, acquainted. I believe it is acquainted. We need to get to acquainted before we can start harvesting the seeds that we have encountered. But with no NPC that will do it for us. I mean, are we supposed to just do tasks for these guys until they reach a new standing? Because I mean, I can do it. I believe I have enough of these items to complete tasks. But yeah, why not? Let's try and do this. I mean, it doesn't hurt. If this is... This reminds me a little bit of the strongholds of the north, when we had the Elves of Balakhâd, the Mane of Dale, and the Dwarves of Erebor. 3 different factions in just one area. And I still have not done it with Beriathan, but I have on my other Warden. Getting max standing with all 3 factions is a pain. And the Elves of Balakhâd especially take a long time because you don't have enough quests or tasks to do it. So it's a matter of patience with those elves. And I'm wondering if the same thing happens, the same thing is true with the Ordâkhin elves. Because with this expansion we have the Ichravan Valley, we have the Ordâkhin, and we have the Tail Wardens. And as you have seen, we already have advanced quite enough with the Ichravani and the Tail Wardens. But not so much the elves. So I do wonder if the same thing is going to happen here, that the elves are much harder to max out than the other 2 factions. And if that's the case, then doing as many tasks as possible with the elves is gonna help for sure. The dead Oasis. Ah, this one. Era tour. Okay, I had no idea that was a dead Oasis. Well, we can bring this letter to Malgat.
Ashtelgur, stranger.
Unmistakable, yes? He signed the document himself. He refuses to pass work like this to his subordinates. He is a very predictable man. Likely, that predictability is the precise reason for Jombahok's easy removal of Khârdu. I am pleased the rebellion has found a method to turn the men against one another. Now we must all execute our parts. Take this letter to Nangar. He awaits you at his home.
Travel with care, friend. Dangers are all about.
Your assistance is welcome by all the elders now. Each prepares for the coming strife before our freedom. You have the ink and you have the writing example. Take this to Galamê. He will write the letter to spark the fire to engulf our enemy and open the way to our freedom.
Is there something you need?
Galamê studies the posting. I can match the writing both in script and tone. However, I cannot match this papyrus. It is a finer craft than I have access to here in Jirush. Good fortune though, Beriathan. North, in Ambarul, there is a papyrus farmer named Sulmur. The quality of her papyrus matches this posting. I expect the Ordâkhai captains purchase it from her. Go to her and collect a sheaf of papyrus and return it to me. I can then pen a response that will incite a battle between the northern and southern encampments. Galamê requests that you collect a sheaf of papyrus from Sulmur in Ambarul. That we can do as well. Back to Ididir yet again. I do wonder, will we find another surprise quest in Ididir now? I mean, we have this ring in Gerasi's lodge, but I think that is just to go back to the library. Yeah, I was just...
Is there something you need?
To return to the library. I do hope at some point we'll get the quest that will lead us to the instances. There's got to be something. I don't know what I'm missing. Please let me know if you know. It would still be a while before this episode is released, but never hurts to ask, right? If you know if there are quests and where to find them, please tell me. I am so lost.
Hostile Gur, stranger.
You explain your need to Sulmur. She hands you a sheaf of papyrus. If we are to know freedom, we must band together. I cannot head southway to Khûdi, but I can supply you with a small amount of my papyrus. Tell those who fight in the south. Should we drive our enemy out first, they will have our swords. Should they prevail, I beg they bring theirs to the north and aid us. And when we are free, I shall expect their patronage. I'm sure they will comply.
What say you, traveler?
Sulmur's papyrus is impeccable. When we are free of the Ordâkhai and trade resumes in earnest, she will have my coin. Give me a moment and I will pen a divisive letter to start a conflict. Galamê works quickly and quietly, then hands a letter to you written in Ordâkhin. Nangar will need to trust me. The letter carries more weight if it is in Ordâkhin. I pledge on my life these words will drive the captains to blows. Galamê hands you a letter in Ordâkhin. Where is Nangar?
What say you, traveler?
Trust. Nangar smiles weakly. If I pass this letter to Amalivi and the words written by Galamê are a warning to the Ordâkh, then we are all as good as dead. He pauses. If I pass this letter to Amalivi and the words written do incite the captains to violence, we may know freedom in my lifetime. He pauses again. My heart is heavy and my mind swirls with my myriad possibilities. He hands the letter back to you. Deliver the letter, Beriathan. I vouch for Galamê. We must trust one another. All of us. Nangar directs you to deliver the inciting letter to Amalivi at Jalburu.
What do we do first? Do we go to the Oasis? Do we go to Jalburu? Let's go to the Oasis. I mean, it shouldn't be far to reach the Oasis. Eratur. Ah, right. We were in Eratur as part of a Raphûz quest when we were looking for Ashâmi, but that was an instance. I don't think we have actually gone to Eratur on our own. Not as far as I remember. Might be wrong on this. Right, and we also need to collect sand-sifter meat and bird feathers, so I think right. Okay, so back in the Oasis. Oasis seats, keepsakes. Where exactly? Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now, since we are no longer in the instance, we are actually exploring this place. I would assume there's gotta be a treasure cache somewhere in this oasis. The question is where exactly. This place is teeming with spirits. I don't want to fight all these many spirits if I can't be sure where the treasure cache is. I mean, I want to avoid as much of these guys as I can. Oh, frenzied spirit. Huh. I mean, I would assume if there is to
be a treasure cache in here. It's gonna be towards the end of the Oasis where we actually fought the Alad last time, you remember? I don't see where it might be. Oh boy. I think that tree over there is where we should be looking. Well, at least there are plenty of seeds and keepsakes. Is this an entrance of some sort? No, it's just the tree. Shame. Just need one more seed, one more keepsake. Over here. Yeah. Seems there are no treasure caches in here. What a pity. But now we can go back to Yalburu and deliver the letter to Amalivi.
So,
Is there something you need?
Amalivi takes the letter and looks it over. What is this, Beriathan? I cannot understand this. Nangar places his trust in a translator who served the Ordâkhai. Can we be so sure this is not some communication to doom us all? She closes her eyes. You utter one word in response. Trust. Trust. Yes, I trusted you, so I shall trust Galamê.
Is there something you need?
Our liberation is at hand. This letter will draw the two captains into a conflict that will weaken their number and provide us with the opening we need to lay them low. Go to the encampment north of Jirush, post these on the gates, then take this horn, find a place to hide, blow it, and wait for the reaction of the soldier who finds it. Then return to me with what you learn. Okay. We're going back to Jirush. I don't think we have enough time today to complete a quest, but we still need to go back to Jirush for that anyway, so why not now, right? And, well, yeah, this is a gamble, but we'll see how it plays out on the next one, because we have reached the end of today's episode of Citadel Guard Adventures. So once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next one. Until then, my friends, stay safe, take care, good luck to you all, and I will see you later.